Thanks very much. We are in the kitchen this morning with Mr. Jesse Miller from the University of Illinois. And Jesse, we are talking about homeopathic medicine.
That's right. Now,
so what is that exactly?
Well, that's what I was going to, we were talking a little bit, and you answered or asked the question or answered it the way I normally. What do you think of when you think of homeopathic medicine?
Right, I think of like natural cures and things like that.
Right, and that's what most people think when they hear it, because it's got the word home in it, right? It sounds like it's all
It's also
natural.
what Wikipedia said when I looked it up.
Really?
Yesterday, yeah.
Well, homeopathic medicine is far from being all natural. Okay. And I'll give a little history about what homeopathic medicine. And first of all, I should point out that I am not a fan of it. Okay, so homeopathic medicine.
Disclaimer.
Yeah, the disclaimer here. Started in the late 1700s by a guy named Dr. Henneman. Back then, they used to do a lot of bloodletting and stuff like that because they didn't understand anything. I mean, we barely understand it today, but even back then they understood even less. And he thought that practice was barbaric, so he came up with this idea of like curing like. So basically what he said was, if there is something that will make a healthy person sick, and those symptoms are the same as what the sick person has, whatever substance is that makes that healthy person sick should cure the sick person. I know that was very convoluted, but basically, if you can induce the same symptoms in a healthy person with let's say arsenic. Okay, let's say arsenic gives you a stomach ache.
Okay.
And this other person has a stomach ache, not because of arsenic.
So I have a stomach ache because of arsenic. Drew has a stomach ache.
No, let's just say Drew has a stomach ache from whatever reason.
Okay.
Indigestion. Okay. And arsenic will give you a stomach ache. So we'll use arsenic to cure his stomach ache. Okay? That already sounds goofy, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, it's because it is. Now, to make it even goofier, what he decided was that the less amount of the active ingredient in there, the better. So he does what they called successive dilutions. So you dilute it, and then you bang it on a table or something, and then you dilute it again and shock it again, and dilute it and shock it. So that the idea is to get, like, ideally one molecule, in your
entire dose.
an entire dose or less. Okay, so the dilutions, they're so dilute that there's actually nothing left in it, and to the point where nowadays your typical homeopathic medicine, if it's a liquid, doesn't have anything in it, but what they say it has is the memory of whatever the active ingredient. Well, I'm telling you, this is goofy. So the reason why I bring this up is because people like you, your average citizen, I know you're not average, you're above average, but in this case, we'll call you the average citizen.
Okay.
Here's homeopathic, and you think, oh, it's home remedies, right? It's not. It's quackery. It's goofiness. Just run away. It's not going to do anything.
So do people still use this? I mean,
yes.
Is this still an active way?
Yes.
So if it doesn't work and it's so quacky, why is it still being used? I mean, is there any evidence that suggests that this works?
Only anecdotal. Placebo effect. You believe enough. People still do all sorts of alternative medicines. People are so sometimes mistrustful of modern medicine and drugs and things like that they'll look to alternative medicines, and I understand that, right?
Well, sometimes alternative medicine is a very broad term.
Sure.
So when you say alternative medicine,
right, it's alternative
and homeopathic medicine is a different subset.
It's considered it's considered alternative medicine, and it of course is it's alternative to normal, what we'd call the AMA approved medicines.
Western medicine.
Western medicine. Okay. In this case, it's just water. Okay, and where in this case, what they do with solids is they cut it with lactose, which is why I can't eat these, because I'm lactose intolerant. But there's absolutely nothing in it. And these are very expensive. This little box of leg cramp medicine that I found at the drugstore yesterday, this was $10.
And so how do you know it's a homeopathic medicine?
It says right on it, homeopathic. And then the ingredients on the back are kind of goofy. It's a bunch of Latin names. In this case, they're for plants. This is actually wolfsbane. I can't even pronounce it. Anyway, it's the Latin word for wolfbane. And sometimes you see arsenic in there and stuff, but it looks like it's really bad, right? Because it's got arsenic, it's got wolfbane, it's got belladonna, it's got all these things that are poisonous, but there's actually nothing in it because they've diluted it so much that there's nothing left in it. And you'll see numbers like 3x, 6x, or
we're going to have to go.
Okay, that's fine. Anyway, the bottom line is that there's if you have a liquid, it's just water. it's not going to do anything for you.